Today, we are joined by the incredible Tessanne Chin, the powerhouse vocalist who captured the hearts of millions and made Jamaica proud when she won The Voice in 2013, for those who didn't know that, in the USA. Tessanne is not only one of our island's most beloved voices, but also an artist whose journey has been deeply shaped by the greats who came before her. As we honor the life and legacy of the legendary Dr. Jimmy Cliff, Tessanne brings a unique perspective filled with respect, admiration, and a personal inspiration. Tessanne, thank you for being here with us as we celebrate the extraordinary life of a man whose music, words, and spirit influenced generations across the world.
Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. Just tell us a little about your journey with Jimmy Cliff, beginning with how you met him.
I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Cliff through another great Jamaican musician and contributor to our music and culture called Desi Jones, who is one of the best drummers that was around. And Desi unfortunately passed a year and a half ago. It was through Desi because my parents were part of the music scene when they were younger, and my dad always kept in touch with, different musicians and friends from along his journey. And Desi knew that I wanted to sing, and he knew that I was very serious about pursuing music as a career. And he approached my dad and said, I think this would be an excellent opportunity if Tessanne were to go on tour with like a Jimmy Cliff. And my dad trusting Desi very much. Because you can imagine at the time I was only 17 or 18 and quite sheltered. So he trusted Desi Jones to a point where he would allow me to go off around the world with him. But, also Sir Jimmy Cliff, Dr. Jimmy Cliff, Mr. Cliff, as I affectionately call him, is a different caliber of artist, so he knew that I'd be in very good hands from the get-go and not have to endure any kind of foolishness or roughness on the road. So I met Mr. Cliff through Desi Jones.
Okay, interesting. And yes, Desi was an unparalleled drummer.
The champion, yeah.
Absolutely. May his soul continue to rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yes. What was the atmosphere like traveling with Dr. Jim Cliff?
Well, I remember our first rehearsal. I was so nervous. I didn't know what to expect, And Mr. Cliff is, he's a man of very few words. And so when he does say something, it's because it holds weight. So he wasn't the type of artist that was always talking and always this and that. Like, he was very concise, very brief in what he had to say. But when he did have something to say, it was always very wise and very useful and very insightful, So it was also an incredible lesson in watching someone who perfected their craft but continued to do so. Like when I saw him on the road, he was a man of discipline. I never saw Mr. Cliff doing anything like partying or whatever. Anything, he'd go for like walks. You know what I mean? And I remember he used to juice. He used to juice a lot. He'd take his juicer with him wherever he went and, take care of himself in that way, preserve his voice, preserve his craft, and then he would leave it all on the stage. I've always said this, it didn't matter if we were in front of 10,000 people or 1,000. Mr. Cliff would give everything that he had on that stage last night, and he would make every performance new. He made every single one of them count. So I learned that from him, and I watched him, and I felt very keenly aware that I was witnessing greatness, and I was just to take note and be present while I was there.
How did working with Dr. Cliff elevate your craft or professional discipline?
Just his attention to excellence and like I said, he made every show new. It didn't matter if he was singing the same songs. It didn't matter if he was adjusting the set for a particular crowd. Like, it didn't matter where we were in the world. And Mr. Cliff has performed for a massive range of people, from royalty all the way to, he made sure that he conducted himself on and off the stage in such a way that was just exceptional. Yeah. So I don't know if I've gotten to that level yet, but I do try to ensure that if I'm on stage or off stage, and I try to even impart that in my voice box performing arts students, that you conduct yourself on stage and off stage in a way that makes yourself and your crew, the people that you are with, your teammates, proud.
Would you say that it prepared you for the moment you entered The Voice?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, first of all, I always jokingly say that I went to the University of Jimmy Cliff because my university years, my college years were spent literally on a tour bus or on a plane or on a train with him. So, and with the entire crew. So that set up a level of, and let me tell you something, tour life is a disciplined life. If you're not disciplined, you're going to burn out real quick because you don't know what time zone you're going to be in. You don't know what city you're going to be next, let alone. And you really have to try to preserve yourself, preserve your voice, preserve your health while you're on a grueling schedule. So if anything, it really prepared me in terms of just the discipline and learning how to preserve myself on little and to still give, well, even when you're tired, even when you're sick, even when you're, going through something emotional. So it really kind of honed that discipline for me 100%. And again, just giving yourself a fighting chance by trying to do everything that you can to be excellent at what you do,
Giving yourself a fighting chance.
Absolutely, because especially, coming from the Caribbean, I think all Caribbean people, no matter what field we're in, especially if we go abroad, and I've heard Shaggy say this too, you have to work twice as hard. You have to make sure that your show up is just, you have to show up twice as much to be considered on a specific level. That's just the way it is. So ensuring that whatever it is you're doing it with excellence and then some to prove yourself. And not just for yourself, but for the diaspora, your fellow man,
Absolutely. What's your favorite song or songs? And why?
Oh my gosh. That's really hard. Obviously, Many Rivers to Cross holds such an incredible place in my heart because it's also one of the songs that I sang on The Voice. So it is very much part of my personal journey as an artist as well. But I have to say there is another song that I saw Mr. Cliff perform that is absolutely one of my favorites because no matter the situation or how many people were in the audience, it always falls silent. And it was always just him and a keyboard. And it was Rebel. And he'd sing it all by himself, no accompaniment, nothing else, just him and a keyboard. And the crowd would go wild every time he sang that song. So that holds a special place in my memory too.
So what's your overall takeaway from the team? How did he treat you guys behind the scenes? Overall, what's your overall impression of Dr. Cliff?
He was an absolute professional, and everybody that was in his team and on his crew, in his band, had to conduct themselves as such. And I will always, like I said, my father would never, and my mother would never have sent their 17, 18-year-old daughter, green daughter at that, on a world tour with someone who they did not know was of such incredible standing. And I have to say, it was an incredible tour. Like, the best of the best. Like, we were treated so well. And there were many times I couldn't believe I was being paid to be there. It was a dream come true. It was an absolute dream come true. And again, like I said, so many just nuggets of excellence. Like, he didn't just sing these songs like you can get it if you really want. Like, he lived that. And he spoke of things like that. He he was very much he walked the walk. That's for sure. He never just sing about it. He was that,
Yes, and he was an orator. He spoke the words that he used to describe, in the songs. The words he used in the songs came to life.
Yeah, but he was also very brave. He was not just gonna say what people wanted to hear. He was very much his own person in that way. And I remember, we were traveling in like 2003, 2004, 5. So this was a highly political time, and it was highly he very publicly spoke out against the war in Iraq at a time when that was not popular, and at a time where that was very touch and go. And I remember him just saying what he had to say, and he didn't, he was very brave in that way and very revolutionary in his own way. Songs like Harder They Come, songs like Treat the Youth Right, that is not from a person who is afraid to stand up and say what is right. And I always really respected that about him.
That he carried on with that in the 80s in South Africa as well. Before when they still had apartheid in South Africa, I think he was on there.
Yeah, he was not afraid to be cancelled. As we would say in this day and age, he was going to say what was on his heart and what he thought was right.
Yes. Tessanne, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful reflections on the life and legacy of Dr. Cliff. Your words, your heart, and your perspective as one of Jamaica's most powerful voices bring a special light to this moment.
Thank you so much. And I just want to say once again, Mr. Cliff and his entire family, thank you so much for everything that you gave the world, sir. And we are better for it, and we will continue to carry on your legacy as artists and as lovers of music and words and rhythm and the culture. Just thank you for everything that you have done, sir. You are a giant. We love you. God bless you.